What we're looking at here is a pilot, initially including 2 schools, one elementary, one middle, both Title I schools. We traditionally, this is not limited to Greenville, not limited to South Carolina, common all over the country. Generally speaking, schools that serve Title I communities struggle to attract and retain teachers. We are unfortunately uniquely in the position, particularly with one of these 2 schools, that it is in such a status within our state accountability system, that being Lakeview, that one more year not moving out of the status will result in the state taking over that school. Alexander, the other school, is not quite to that point, but it has had significant achievement challenges as well. Merely the fact that a school might improve their scores some is not sufficient to take them out of that status, as you all are well aware. We've tried a number of things. In fact, historically, in some cases going back 20 years, these are schools that have struggled with their performance when compared to similar schools in our district and our state. We don't run the comparisons for all of our schools. We run the comparison to other schools that are like them demographically. So when we run comparisons, Lakeview or Alexander or any other school in the district, we compare it with a band of schools within the district and all over the state that are very similar demographically. One of the common themes that I heard tonight, one of the common themes that we understand, we have some vacant positions. Going back to the fact we're having difficulty recruiting and retaining personnel. We've heard and we know, we've posted the research, you all have seen it, that there are very limited circumstances where simply a bonus is proven effective. We spent nearly 2 years on developing this model. And most of that time was spent on the front end, in that first year, looking at the shortcomings of every one of those models and putting forth a model that attempts to fill every hole that was identified. Some of the common ones are the models pit one teacher against another teacher. This model doesn't do that. The models deal solely with student improvement as a whole. This one doesn't. It looks at a student, where that student is when they come into the teacher's classroom and where they are when they exit that teacher's classroom. Individual improvement based on where they are, where they go. Other models don't provide any financial reward for all the school staff. Well, everybody contributes to the success of students, not just the teachers in the tested areas, not just the teachers as a whole, the bus drivers, the food nutrition services workers, clerical personnel, the aides. All these people contribute to the overall success of the school. That was another shortcoming of other models. Some of them were solely bonus models made based on you get better academic results, you get some more money. Others are just to pay people who serve those particular schools. This combines both aspects of that. This model also recognizes that while we firmly believe there are excellent teachers in every school in this district, including these 2 schools, it sets a level playing field for those people to choose to apply to be a part of this. And for others in the district or outside to choose to apply to be a part of this. It's different, it's innovative, It has a different set of challenges with it. We want people who want to be a part of it. It may move teachers to other schools, but it does not remove any person from a job. It might simply change the location of that job. While we started with these two schools, the intent would be this proves to be successful, could then be expanded to other Title I schools to assist with retention and recruitment by paying additional base pay, recognizing some of the significant challenges in this community. The possibility that the bonus part could also be extended to Title I. It could also be extended to all schools in the district if it's successful. All those things require some level of funding. The bulk of the funding for this, the extra pay for the personnel assigned there, comes from their Title I funding. The bonus part is the amount that we've requested to go over. The overall concept of the program, the bonus amount would come out of the fund balance allocation. We have tried for multiple years implementing strategies that have proven effective in similar schools. And those strategies have not produced the results they need to produce to move these schools where they need to be, to remove the status that they have attained. We do not act decisively. We do not act differently. Then we are leaving ourselves with little to no hope to avoid state takeover of one of these schools. But more importantly, are we academically providing for the students in those schools all that we can provide for them? There are many challenges, there are many obstacles, and there are many barriers that students coming from deeply impoverished communities experience. That certainly calls for empathy and caring. But that has to also be paired with rigor, high expectations. There also has to be a consistent and strong framework for discipline, which requires every person in every role in that building to carry out their part. Now, responsibility rests not only with the administration, not only with the assistant principal, but also with the teachers, the counselors, the mental health counselors. It requires a partnership of every adult in that building operating within a framework of clear expectations, clear consequences, and the opportunity to counsel students to different choices and better decisions, but also understanding that they have to suffer the consequences of violating the rules when they do choose to do so. All of those things come together at one juncture to ensure that you have the kind of environment, the kind of culture, the kind of expectation, and the kind of caring, all combined, that provides the greatest opportunity for students to gain the most. We also know that coming into schools that are feeding, particularly Lakeview, the level of performance is higher where they come in. We also understand there's a consequence as they exit, and how prepared they may be for high school. Also, Alexander serves as one of the feeders. It is not the largest feeder, but one of the feeder schools for the students coming into Lakeview. So it's even more critical that that particular feeder be strengthened, because it obviously also impacts the middle school. Just as the students exiting the middle school impact performance and have challenges that they carry with them to high school.